Following is a message from Europe from Alex Vaughn.
What's up, bros? I'm writing this expecting to hear from Matt that you'll be recording the podcast sometime soon, and I don't know when I get internet again. So here's my weekly European update. I'm currently in London, about to meet a friend for some drinks, and prepping for a quick jaunt to Abbey Road tomorrow morning. Then I decided to check out Stonehenge and see what that's all about. Unfortunately, the world has not yet created a selfie stick long enough for me to recreate the Beatles' iconic image. Alas. I have not met the Queen yet, but I saw her crib. It's dope. Royalty has always been lost on me. There's only one king, and that's Elvis. There's only one queen, and they were led by Freddie Mercury, and the finest vocal cords this world has ever known. By the time this correspondence reaches you from across the Atlantic, thanks Marconi, I will be in Paris checking out Miss Lisa at that Dan Brown Museum. Are these too long? Do they hurt your whittle throat when you read them? Too bad. I got to make up for lost time. My words need to be heard, dang it. So far, so good on my sojourn. I don't even have Wi-Fi to see if that's a proper word. But as I am about to venture to non-English speaking countries for the next 5+ weeks, certainly my patience and the patience of all those I am annoying will be tested. I'm off to check out the Maple Leaf Bar here in London because it's only been a little over a week, but we all need a taste of home whenever we can get it. That's why I brought a Tupperware of Ma's good old chicken divan with me to Europe. It's starting to turn funky, and roommates are starting to say things about the smell. I claim ignorance for now. Love you, bros, and most of our listeners. Until next time, Alex. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Triple Threat Podcast. It's me, Matt. It's my voice. I was reading that thing before that music just now. I'm in Halifax, and here's the conceit of this podcast. Here's the concept. It's a pretty high concept. There's 3 people, and they're all related because their mother and father are the same person. And so they made multiple people. In this case, all boys, now men, boys to men. Not the members of Boys to Men. That's how we went. And so I'm the most recent of those issuances. I was issued last. And with me this week, the only other Vaughn brother with me this week, because the other one is in Europe, is the first issuance, Will Vaughn.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Hey, man. I'm good. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, gosh. You're too kind, and
I know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Will, you are so gracious.
I would have appreciated a prelated birthday wishes last week. Yeah.
For a you need to get it from a prelate, like a priest or something like that?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I need the blessing. I need old Pope Frankie to come by.
Yeah.
Take a swing up north.
Yeah, if you could take a swing up north and west, that would help you out.
And very west.
And quite west.
That very much helped me out. But I appreciate that. I appreciate all the Facebook love that I got over the weekend. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. And Twitter now has introduced a birthday edition, so you can put your birthday on Twitter. And when you go
really?
oh yes, and they just days before my birthday, so they knew it was coming. And when you click on the Twitter, if you clicked on my Twitter profile on Saturday, fortunately you can't do that now, but if you clicked on my Twitter profile on Saturday, a bunch of balloons would pop up. Signifying that it is indeed this Twitter user's birthday.
Gosh.
So Twitter adding more stuff.
I'm teleporting in time here, and it totally totally happens. Yeah,
you're a turtle in time right now.
I'm a turtle in time. A movie I don't think I've seen, but I own upstairs.
Yes. Well, I was thinking more of the video game. Oh man, I wish.
Oh dang, that video game's sweet.
Yeah, video games awesome. Turtles 3 when they go back to feudal Japan is not very sweet.
No, it's not, like as a kid, it's like what's really interesting about that? Nothing's interesting about it. And you had so many characters from the cartoon show that you could put in there that you don't put in there. You put the Technodrome in a Turtles movie. That wasn't in a Turtles movie yet. Krang wasn't in a Turtles movie yet. It was remember what a Technodrome is?
What a Technodrome is? I think there's only one.
Sure.
Technodrome, it was basically a large orbed tank with an eye on top that burrowed underground underneath New York, I believe, because that's where the turtles were. And that's where they found it.
This was the bad guys. The bad guys used this thing.
I'm up on my turtles right now, so I can fill you in. Yeah, the Technodrome was where Krang. It was basically Krang's Death Star. Basically, Krang was the Emperor, and Shredder was Darth Vader, right? And the Technodrome,
very inventive of them,
right? And the Technodrome was the Death Star, and the turtles were all the Ewoks. That's a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people don't know the turtles are based on Ewoks. Yeah, even though I think they came slightly before, around the same time. They were big in the 80s.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I would like anybody in construction, by the way, because what I'm looking at right now, the Trump Tower here downtown in Vancouver has basically, it's got all the stuff it needs on the roof now to finish construction. Mm-hmm. And they're taking down the crane, but the crane takes itself down by pulling a piece out of right underneath it and then lowering it down. And I really don't know how that works. Oh, there's a bit of frame, I guess, that.
Oh, it looks like it's taking itself apart.
It is. It is literally taking itself apart, and I'm actually watching it myself, and I don't know how it's happening.
Is it close to you?
Yeah, it's a couple blocks away. I've been watching this thing get built for the past, I don't know, year or so. I was watching them put the windows on last week. It's kind of interesting. They just kind of like come up and stick a window out from the building and stick it on. That's a terrible way to explain it, but
no, it's perfection. Will.
Yeah, really. It's a terrible way to explain it, but yeah, there it is. It's President Trump's tower is almost ready to go.
I wish that was more of a joke.
So well, right now it is a joke. I mean, we're still a year away, and 2016 is we're about a year out. 2016 is a leap year too, right?
I believe so.
So get your Leap Day William costumes out, folks.
Leap Day William?
Get those things out.
Next Leap Day is February 29th, 2016. It's always February 29th, but yeah.
Yeah. It's always February 29th. So I was thinking next year my birthday would be on a Sunday, but no, it would be on a Monday.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll fly to Monday Night Raw, wherever they are. Oh, maybe we'll be in England. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited just like Alex is. I am excited because this year, for the first time in a long time, my birthday falls on a Wednesday. And that means I'm getting a Whopper for breakfast on my birthday. That's the thing I decided. Next time my birthday rolled around to a Wednesday, I was going to do the ridiculous thing.
If it's not on a Wednesday, you can't shell out the extra $1 or $2. It is for a Whopper, not on Whopper Wednesday. I mean, Whopper Wednesday it's a national holiday. Is it the principle of the thing?
Well, it's nothing. I mean, hey, I would love to. I would be all over that. I just that I have, there's other people in my life who have, opinions and they care about me, and
that's very true.
They take issue with the idea of me just getting a Whopper for my birthday, no matter what.
No matter what,
umbrage is taken
every year on my birthday. I have a Whopper.
I don't care. A Whopper.
I don't care if it's $5 or $20.
$20 Whopper. I care about that. That'd be stupid. Going to KFC.
They had like the black Whopper or something. They had like a black burger. I don't know what this.
I think we call it. I think they call it African American Whopper.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But whose idea was it? Because it's. I don't know if it was Burger King or someplace else. But they had a burger with a black bun and black cheese on it, and somehow this was a selling point.
This literally just came out.
It did just come out, yeah.
BK unveils Halloween-inspired black bun burger.
What's that got to do with Halloween?
It's like scary.
It's scary. It is scary.
Oh, it's A1 barbecue sauce is baked into the bun.
Really? Odd. Okay, yeah. I rescind everything then.
That sounds pretty good.
I recant my entire statement. That actually does sound pretty good. A1 barbecue sauce?
The Japanese version of it has black cheese, but the American one won't, because they realize that we won't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we do anything. Yeah, we do anything for cheese, but we won't do that. No, we won't.
I'd run right to Switzerland and back.
Well, yeah.
Will, we're going to talk about this podcast. We're going to talk about some movies coming up this fall. Really to the end of the year.
Really to the end of the year, yeah. But, really, fall goes from September
to Oscar season, really.
Fall goes from last week to December 21st, the longest night of the year. So really, the rest of the year is mostly fall and like a week and a bit of winter. And the next year starts with more winter. I'm just, explaining how calendars work, folks. So yes, we're coming into the fall. So yes, all the movies coming out from now till the end of the year. We are out of summer. Summer is done. It's gone. It's dead. There'll never be a summer 2015 ever again. So if you're looking forward to that one, you missed it for all time.
Yeah.
Next one won't come till next year, and you're going to have to wait an extra day for it because it's the leap year. So just when you think it's February 28th, and you're like, February 28th, next is March, soon it'll be spring, soon it'll be summer, soon it'll be fall again, darn it. But you're going to have to wait an extra day. It's going to be February 29th, and then March 1st. So plan accordingly, folks. We're just giving you the heads up now. It's September 28th. How appropriate is that? So we're 4 months out from February 28th. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's going to be an extra day. Okay. Just making sure there's going to be an extra day. Just let that sink in. If you're driving, maybe pull over. If you're walking, maybe, stop and take a breather or something. Whatever you're doing, just absorb this. So yes, Matt, we're talking about movies, coming out this fall.
Yeah.
Coming out, and it looks like a good crop, I suppose. Good crop of fall movies, yeah.
I'm excited. I guess we're going to start with October because that's like 3 days from now.
It is 3 days from now. October comes into a horror movie season.
Yeah. Will, can I just pull you aside for a second? I'm going to ask you something.
Yeah. Pull me aside.
Just away from the podcast here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so September 30th is when The Walk, that movie based on the documentary Man on Wire, that's when it comes out in IMAX. Do we talk about it like first, or do we wait even after October 2nd movies to October 9th when it comes out in wide release?
Oh my goodness.
What do we do?
I guess we'll wait for a wide release.
Okay, all right. Will, let's head back over to the podcast.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's walk over.
Okay, here we go. And
And we're here.
Sorry, I just had to yeah. Good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, we're here. Hey everyone. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. So so this
this Friday.
This Friday, October the 2nd. This Friday, October the 2nd is the Canadian premiere of Edward at the Vancouver International Film Festival.
Awesome. Okay,
you didn't expect me to drop that one, did you?
Folks, if you haven't heard of this movie, I don't know how you heard this podcast. That seems unlikely. Those two things would happen. But if you're in Vancouver, and are there tickets available? Can they do that, or are we?
Oh, absolutely, they're available.
Okay.
I got to find the link for it. VIF.org, and I'm sure through there you can find it. Oh, also thanks for everybody who put up with the promotion of the must-see BC hashtag. We do appreciate that very much. Everybody who voted, it's great. Thank you very much.
I voted. How did we do? Yeah. Did we get there? Do we know?
I don't know when we'll know, actually.
Okay.
I really don't know.
You know what they should have done? They should have been like, if this happens, then we'll get you guys released. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not really how it works, though. Distributor has to buy you and all that stuff.
So let me just find out. I just found out this movie theater nearby does something called Heckle Vision, and it has cat. Well, it's for like, I'm sure it's for movies that aren't very good. Catwoman, okay. Like Catwoman and Battlefield Earth. Yeah, it's not like Heckle Vision. Yeah, watch a very nice.
Watch Still Alice.
That movie in Heckle Vision.
Yeah,
with Julianne Moore. So if you go to VIF.org/festivals/films/F14268-Edward, you'll find it. Just go to VIF.org, go to tickets, and then search Edward, and you'll find it. So for Friday, tickets are going fast. So Friday, 1:30 at International Village downtown. That's right by Rogers Arena. And the newly christened Toyota Plaza and the Toyota ticket booth. I don't know why Toyota's taken over the Rogers Center, but Rogers Arena. And then Monday the 5th, 8:45 p.m., Edward is screening at the Vancouver Playhouse. So you can get all your tickets, VIFF.org. And, the festival started. It started on Thursday with a big gala, volunteers all over the city. You can pick up your blue VIFF guidebooks. And, I'm excited for VIFF this year because I don't know when else I'll have a film in it. So
film at VIFF, yeah, exactly. Well, that's good. We're making the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now that brings me to my next question. Well, are you in The Martian by any chance?
I'm not in The Martian. Now you shoot.
I really wanted you to be in that movie. That'd be perfect.
Well, that'd be great if I did a Matt Damon in Interstellar and just kind of appeared in The Martian, right?
That's extra. It's extra funny considering how similar his roles are in those movies.
Right? Yeah. So, Matt, you
it's pronounced Matthew.
Matt, you read the book, or you heard the book being read.
Someone read the book to me, which is more or less the same thing as reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I drove while it happened. It's true.
Yeah. You can please listen and drive. Absolutely don't read and drive, folks.
Yeah, reading and driving is dangerous.
If you take anything from this show, don't read and drive. So you understand the source material, Matt. I just know what I've seen from the trailer, and it's a dude on Mars, and he's stuck, and he's got to get back. Yeah,
that's incredibly accurate. So the movie and the book are very similar. Like I saw, there's a Reddit Ask Me Anything with the author, and he just said that the book and the movie are pretty much the same thing. There's things when I was listening to the book that I was like, well, this scene is just people talking and doing exposition. There's no way this is in the movie, which is good because otherwise the movie would be like 10 hours. I think having not seen the movie, but being able to speak to the source material, and liking Ridley Scott, and I think the movie is insanely well cast, then I think this is going to be a really good movie. And people should see it. I think it's going to be really, really good. I think it's really great hard science fiction. It's not really like any other kind of science fiction you've seen. I guess the closest would be something like Gravity. Yeah, but Gravity, like the science fiction there was really just kind of it was around and you didn't pay much attention to it, and it was pretty recent, I guess. Whereas these are manned Mars missions, so they're a little bit
Mars missions. Yeah,
man on a mission, man Mars mission. So it's gonna be great. The one thing I saw this week when I was listening to the book, the head of NASA is an Indian man named Venkat Kapoor, and as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, they really should have cast, and I hope I don't say his name wrong here, Irfan Khan, who was in a bunch of things, but most recently he was the owner of Jurassic World. Jurassic World.
Yeah, and he was in Life of Pi.
Spider-Man. Life of Pi. Yes, exactly. I think it was in the second or first. I think it was in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. So I'm listening to the character. I'm like, Irfan Khan would be perfect for this character. But they actually cast Chiwetel Ejiofor, and I'm pretty sure they didn't change the name. So Chiwetel Ejiofor might be playing an Indian man in the movie.
All right, yeah.
To make things interesting.
Yeah.
What made me happy though was when I saw in this interview with this author, he talked about how they originally did cast Irfan Khan for that role, and I was like, aha, perfect.
You're like, you feel vindicated.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
Like, I know I cast.
I probably could have cast that movie for the most part. I don't know if I would have picked Kristen Wiig, but she's in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that casting make sense to you? And Donald Glover's in that too, right?
Yeah, actually, both of those make a lot of sense to me.
There you go. Okay.
Both of those really work. And I think like the Jessica Chastain one is incredibly obvious. I think is also a good point. Mm-hmm. It's a good casting decision. So The Martian, I think if you're going to go see a movie this weekend, you should see The Martian. I think it's probably pretty good. I'm definitely going to see it opening weekend.
By the way, somebody else I can put into the Jessica Chastain, Bryce Dallas Howard club is that girl in the transition lenses commercials. Have you seen those? She's a redheaded girl walking around. Anyway, she looks a lot like a cross between Chastain and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Interesting.
Yeah, JC BDH. Yeah, the transition lenses girl. Yeah.
BDH is not related to BD Wong, though, which is kind of interesting.
Is BD Wong the guy from...
he's the guy from Jurassic World also.
Yeah, he's the...
Not related to Bryce Dallas Howard.
He's the scientist that turned evil for no reason. Well...
he was just a guy in the first movie, right?
He was just like, yeah, we breed raptors. And then the next one, he's like, yeah, I'm evil. But it's fine.
I mean, it's been a little bit of time.
Yeah, science
gone his way. Maybe
science has warped his. Well, the first part didn't go well, and he's pretty upset, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
It just comes out of nowhere, but it's all good. Yeah, Martian. I'm checking that out. I think I'm checking that out next Saturday. I'm taking that in on a because I haven't done like a big Saturday release movie viewing in a long time. So
yeah,
I'm kind of looking forward to that. So there you go. You got old Matty D.
Matty D, and that's the first. That's like the only wide release that weekend. Also in limited release is Legend, the Tom Hardy movie where he plays both twins.
Yeah, he's.
I think that'll be good. I'm interested.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that yesterday.
I'm on a bit of a. I watched The Drop this past week on Netflix. That's the one where
is that him in a car?
No, that's Locke.
Oh, okay.
Drop, Locke, and then he's in the movie Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
No, that would be perfect. Yeah, no, he's so The Drop is where he is a Brooklyn bartender, and there's a criminal element at work in his life, and it was good. It's on Netflix, so really check it out. I think it's
it is because I was buying stuff at HMV the other day, and HMV has and if you spend if you buy anything, you can have this DVD for $5 because we got to get rid of our inventory. Yeah. And the girl actually went one step further. She's like, "Hey, we got these movies behind me if you want. They're all, $6 on DVD." And I was like, "Okay." She's like, "We got The Drop with Tom Hardy. It's good. It's a drama. It's good Tom Hardy movie." Like, "Oh, okay." Like a real recommendation. I appreciate people who do their homework, who work in those sorts of places. But it's on Netflix. One of those people. I was one of those people, yes.
But I
still feel like I am. And it's on Netflix not for free, but I do pay for the service already. So
yeah.
So I might as well check that out. Okay, so yeah, Legend
is also out that week.
Is also out there in super
this
limited
week.
release. This week is what we said.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna. Who knows what the American or the Canadian release will be? Could be on video on demand for all we know.
I think it's later. I know it's on this list I have, but it's on later.
Right.
So we can move on from that.
Yeah. What's on the next week, Will? What do you have in front of you there, including a movie that we talked about on the aside?
Did we? Okay. There's actually two that I want to mention that people might not know. One is about cooking ware, apparently. I think I made that joke last week, didn't I?
I don't know. Did you? Because I love it this week.
I know. I wanted to... If I knew Photoshop, I would just Photoshop a cast iron pan and then just have the word pan with all the casts underneath it. Yes, so the Pan film is coming out. Obviously
the prequel to Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth. I enjoyed the... They did a highly stylized Peter Pan like in 2003 with a little kid. And I actually want to know... And that was just called Peter Pan. Actually, Hook was on TV just the other night. And nice. Hook apparently depends on when you were born. Depends a lot on how much you enjoyed it. Because apparently people who were like older when Hook came out weren't as enthralled by it. But when it came out for me, I was a kid. So that was like I did have the Disney Peter Pan that was a big hit with a really racist song in the middle of it. But, it's Disney for you.
Yeah, there was the Honest Movie Trailers guy did Peter Pan this week. Or
like the Disney one?
Yeah, and there's just a section where he's like, talking about how racist that part of the movie is. Like, let's put on another Disney movie. It just goes right to the next most racist part in other movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That guy's
showing the dark
awesome.
side of American animation in the 20th century.
That's right. Well, hey, we've come a long way since then, right? We've come a long way, baby.
Well, we're 12 years out from another Peter Pan movie.
Yes.
Peter Pan's pretty well known. There's obviously that Disney one. Where are we going with this one? What do you know about this one?
I know that it looks like another Peter Pan movie. I think the idea is that this is supposed to be a bit of a prequel, isn't it? Because Garrett Hedlund is Hook, and he's like his buddy. He's like, "Hey, I'm James Hook. What's up? Let's go on an adventure or something."
James
right?
Hook, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want
Rough Rider. You don't want none. And Hugh Jackman plays Blackbeard. Apparently not black hair because he's bald, with a crazy-looking beard that would not be out of place. Hey, in a Brooklyn bar. There you go.
Hey, there you go.
And Rooney Mara
takes
you back to How Do You Like Me Now? Rooney Mara plays Tiger Lily, which is weird casting.
Interesting.
Right? So I don't know much about this movie except for like the one ad I saw, which is just them all swishing and swashing around. And if it's for kids, then good, but it doesn't really have any elements that appear to me that's bringing Pan to the most interesting part to me is Hugh. So I don't know.
All I want is Hugh.
All I need is Hugh, and I'm not a huge fan of Garrett Hedlund either.
You're not a huge fan?
Not a huge fan of Garrett Hedlund. So I'm gonna let this go by.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. Now, Will, I checked out the iPhone 6s, which just released this past Friday.
Yes,
I checked it out this past Friday.
Yes, everybody has one.
Everybody has one now. I was told by the guy who works there that they sold 3 times as many 6S's as they did 6s last year, which sounds crazy to me, but I believe him.
Well, they probably just got more stock, right?
Maybe. No, because he said there was like a limit to how many they can actually activate per day.
Oh,
which I don't quite understand, but
yeah, I don't
sure.
understand that either. Okay, sure, whatever.
But okay, well, let's say I didn't, but let's say I bought a brand new iPhone 6s Plus. Is there a movie for me that weekend?
Yes, there's a movie about a guy.
Really? Like what?
There's a movie about a guy who died years before the iPhone 6s came out, called Steve Jobs, and this is like, you know how Rocky came out in 1976, just the one-word title, and you know how Jobs came out years ago with just the one-word title, and then years later, Rocky Balboa came out, and it was the 6th movie. Well, then this is Steve Jobs.
So this is after Jobs 2, Jobs 3, Jobs 4, where he beats up a Russian guy.
Yeah, well, it's Jobs 4: The Revenge. Jobs 3 was in 3D. Shoot, I messed up my own joke. And Jobs, whatever. Now this has nothing to do with the Ashton Kutcher movie. This is a movie directed by...
Which I saw. Which was bad.
It is bad? Okay, I never saw it.
Yeah, don't spend your time on it. Ashton Kutcher just looks so bad. Like he's trying too hard.
Yeah.
And it really is a caricature, I find, in that one.
Yeah. So this time Steve Jobs is being played by the just words cannot describe Michael Fassbender, who's such a remarkable actor, and seems like he'd be a very good choice to play Steve Jobs, because Kutch seems like he'd be a young man in the old man's clothes. Mm-hmm. Michael Fassbender seems more age appropriate to the character, don't you think? I think
so. The movie takes place over some time, though.
Some time, okay, yeah.
It's like 84 to 2007.
Okay, so that's 23 years. All right, so you can age him around. Yeah. But what's great about this one is the team behind it. You got Danny Boyle and written by Aaron Sorkin, and I'll stand in line for Sorkin for sure. I enjoy his writing very, very much.
Just the best. And
I think the dialogue will be whip smart. Apparently, there's a controversy with Tim Cook in this, like
a little
kind of.
bit.
I mean, Matt, you're the Apple guy. You followed it a little bit.
So the Jobs movie with Ashton Kutcher came out, and that came out like pretty quickly. Like it was kind of almost rushed.
It felt very rushed. Yeah,
felt very rushed. And so this movie's coming out, and recently on Stephen Colbert's Late Show, Tim Cook was on, and he was asked about these Steve Jobs movies, and he described them as opportunistic, and he didn't like them. He didn't like they were out. He felt like they weren't doing a good job with who Steve Jobs was. The one thing I really want to emphasize, though, is that there's a documentary that just came out about Steve Jobs that I want to say Alex Gibney was involved in. He had a recent Scientology movie.
Oh, the Going Clear?
Yeah, I believe he was involved in, and like it's a very negative portrayal of Steve Jobs, and more than a couple of Apple's executives have gone on record and said that's not really the guy that I knew. And so I feel like that might have been directed a little bit towards that. But Tim Cook is diplomatic, and he can't really just be like, and I'm talking specifically about this movie more so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So so there was a little bit of he said it was opportunistic. I think Aaron Sorkin came back and was like, that's opportunistic. You are.
Yeah.
Which I didn't read too much into that, or I don't even know how that could be. It's not like they made a Steve Jobs edition iPhone.
No.
I don't know.
Well, unless the S in like 6S and 5, unless that stands for Steve. The iPhone 6 Steve. but I guess they buried that.
I love that.
enough.
I love that. Yeah, that's a really good idea. So there's a little bit of controversy with it, but it's not going to matter because people are going to watch this movie and it's going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to just be it's whip cracks. I've heard really good things so far too. Like people who've seen it, like stick previews, things like that. I've said it's really, really good.
Nice. Yeah. No,
so we should watch. You should take a walk to go see it.
Yeah. No, what I heard. Come on. I'm glad I caught that. What I've heard is that it's an action movie but with dialogue. So as fast as action can come, the dialogue comes. I also just want to interject real quick. I just found out that last week the AV Club did an interview with Ben Mendelsohn. So definitely check that out.
Awesome.
Yeah, and read it in his.
Our Ben Mendelsohn watch has been updated. Check out the AV Club's interview with him.
That's right. I just happened to come across that.
Did they ask him about us?
Yes, that's the first thing they talk about. It's like, all right, first we just want to get this right out of the way. Triple Threat Podcast. He's mentioning you. Are you a fan? He said, I am not a fan, sir. And there you go. Okay.
How exactly do you expect me to listen to that podcast?
How exactly supposed to listen to the podcast? So yeah, I guess that's a big week. We got The Walk with JGL, and it's directed by Robert Zemeckis. He of a lot of Tom Cruise movies and the Back to the Future movies. That looks pretty cool, but it looks pretty cool, as Miley would say. But that's just kind of like there's a documentary of it that I saw a little bit of it called Man on Wire. That was years ago.
I saw that.
You saw that. Okay. So again, you're very material with the source familiar? Nope.
I am very material with the source familiar.
Very familiar with the source material. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this French guy comes to America and he wants to walk across.
It's called Coming to America.
The Twin Towers, and Eddie Murphy's in it. And you want to walk across the World Trade Center towers, and he does. And there you go. So this movie seems to be like kind of like the Titanic, where it's like, yeah, the story's about the thing, but really it's about the thing that happens at the end. So this is like, yeah, it's about him going out there, and then he does it, and there you go. He lays down on the wire at one point, though. He
does. Like, the guy... So the documentary includes interviews with the guy. So spoilers for what happens at the end of Walking Along. That.
Yes.
So they do interviews with him. They talk about all the things that he used to do, and there was, like, the moment that he was able to get on a wire there, like, there was no question he was going to succeed because he's very good at it. There's no, like, he's just, he does lay down.
It's not like
he does do tricks. He clowns around on it.
Yeah, it's not like you or I doing it. We're just like, yeah, I think I'll walk across the wire. Like, he's good at it. It's just, very slim margin of error there.
From what I could see in the trailer, it looks like they kind of manufacture a bit of drama there that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So I don't really know what to think of that. Like, I'm sure it'll be okay. I'll probably check it out at some point. But if you want to see the documentary, you should. Man on Wire, very good. Very good.
Yeah, I'm sure the whole film like really balances between drama.
Yeah. He takes your exactly.
Yeah.
I was trying to go for a really bad string-related one, and I couldn't get it.
I just hope it doesn't string you along,
Yeah, brother.
They'll probably tower above the rest, though. Really,
Oh yeah.
Bring your twins.
You will never forget that movie.
Yeah, come on. I give it a 9 out of 11. No.
Wait.
No. Okay. No. Not cool. That's just terrible. I apologize. There are 2 other movies coming out that week. I'm not sure how wide released they are. It's just on the list I have. There's one called Victoria, and it's a German movie that's 138 minutes. So that's about almost 220.
Yeah.
And it's about this girl finds a bunch of guys, and they go partying, and then they go rob a bank. And watch the trailer for it. And I kind of wish the trailer didn't have all like the accolades on it, but I guess it's probably been out for a little while in Germany. But the gimmick the gimmick behind this movie is that it's all filmed in one shot.
It's a oneer.
It's one, yeah. We call that a moving master, folks. It's one giant moving master. There's a movie out years ago in like 2003 called Russian Ark, which is about a ballet, and Did
you see that?
Shot in one take also. No, I just knew we had it at the video store.
Yeah, I was always interested in that. I heard about it.
I mean, I'm interested in the idea of it, but then I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch the story. But this one seems to have a pretty killer crime story.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. What was the other one you had there?
It's called The Final Girls, and this is a take on slasher movies. And
I've heard of that movie.
It's about this girl, and they're out watching a movie, and people set fire to the movie theater, and the only way out is through the movie screen. So they go through the movie screen, and they're in the movie, and it's a comedy. And it looks very, very funny. It looks like it's having fun with all the slasher movie cliches. A good movie for October when we get into kind of the horror movie season. And I think it's got Workaholics. Adam Devine is in it. Silicon Valley's Thomas Middleditch is in it as well. Also, the lead is a girl named Taissa Farmiga. And you're thinking, Taissa Farmiga, oh, is that Vera Farmiga's sister? Damn it, I ruined that too.
But is she your sister?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Vera Farmiga is 21 years her senior.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so she's the youngest of 7 sisters, or 7 children. And Vera Farmiga,
7 Sisters, that's a movie right there.
Seventh sister of a 7th sister. It's an Iron Maiden album. Yeah, so Taissa Farmiga, you would think she'd be her kid, but no, she's her sister.
Yeah, it could easily be her daughter.
Easily, right? 21 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting little thing to take from that. But it looks like a lot of fun, and I like that. I like that idea. Now the week after, on the 16th, we got 2 heavy hitters out of the horror genre right out of the gate. One seems a bit more serious than the other, quite obviously. A bit. It's William Del Toro's Crimson Peak. And you like that?
Yeah, I do, Guillermo.
Yeah. Grazie. Oh, that's Italian. Never mind.
Oh, it certainly is.
Crimson Peak's a very gothic-looking horror movie by.
I saw a trailer for that, and it
Guillermo
wasn't
del
interesting.
Toro. I think it looks cool.
It's not my kind of movie, I guess. No, I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's somebody else's cup of tea. It isn't mine.
It's got Tommy Hiddleston in it, Loki from the Thor movies and the Avenger movies.
Yeah, it has the girl from the Transitions commercial.
The girl from the Transitions Lenses commercial is in it. Yes, she's transitioned to a darker role because she stepped out in the sunlight. So here she is in Crimson Peak. So I think if he pulls it off, it'd be cool. I hope it's an R-rated. I hope it's very frightening. So we'll see. Yeah, it looks like a movie too where a lot of people go to it, like people who wear like corsets over their clothes and stuff, because people still do that. I still do that sometimes.
That doesn't make
it's a
me
comfort
really
thing.
That doesn't seem that fun.
Yeah,
those kind of people aren't somebody I like to spend a lot of time with.
Yeah, I know. I know you get uncomfortable every time I put my corset on over my clothing, but
I honestly thought you didn't notice that I got uncomfortable. I was trying.
It's very. First thing I noticed right away. That's the reason I put it on.
Crimson Peak is R in the States, just so we're clear.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like a pretty hard R.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's a hard R. The other movie, October 16th weekend, Goosebumps, with Jack Black playing R.L. Stine, and he has his books on the shelf, and his books, if you open them, unleash the stories that he wrote.
It looks kind of fun.
It looks very fun. I like Jack showing up, being like, "Hello, I'm R.L. Stine." I just love that. So I'm glad that Goosebumps gets a large screen treatment. I think you can still watch the Goosebumps TV series on Netflix. I hope it's still on there because that was
really. I did not know that it was on there.
Oh Lord, it really is, and it features some of the best kid acting you've ever seen.
And by that you mean?
I think we were watching it when. Maybe it was that, or Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark? I would love to go back to those movies or those TV shows because as a kid, no, thank you. But as an adult, I'm curious to see what those would look like.
Oh Lord, that's just not scary at all.
No,
no. But yeah, hopefully, the Goosebumps movie is as fun as advertised because it's a movie with all the Goosebumps books kind of all at once, and I'm sure they'll have like a magnificent third act with every single character. It'd be like the third act of Cabin in the Woods, except maybe less gory. Actually, significantly less gory, probably. Also out that weekend is Tommy and Steve team up again for the first time since when, I wonder. Bridge of Spies. is Tom Hanks doing a period piece during the Cold War, and it's directed by Steven Spielberg. So I wonder when the last time they teamed up was. Was it?
I want to know how many
Terminal?
people have heard of this movie before just now, because it's one of those movies that I heard existed. And I saw a trailer. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, this kind of came out of this kind of came out of nowhere. A little bit. I saw an ad for it on television, and then I saw it on this list, and that was about it. So I wonder.
Question: Is the spy bridge in the Bridge of Spies? Is the spy bridge related to Edward Muybridge?
Yes, it is, because we all know that
related.
If your name sounds like something, you're definitely related.
Yeah.
So I think The Terminal in 2004 was the last time they teamed up. So it's been about 11 years. So this looks like a typical Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg political thriller. And I don't know. We'll see. If you're into period pieces, then go for it.
It's going to be good. Well, I think we might have to go a little quicker.
We're going to have to go significantly quicker. There's really nothing.
If there's a movie you don't want to talk about, we don't have to talk about it.
No, I wanted to mention that, though. Just Tommy and Steve teaming up again.
The week after. There's Bradley Cooper remaking the movie Chef that was originally done by oh darn, his name escapes me. He directed the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, Joe. Not Joe.
Joe.
What?
It's like if everyone's yelling at us, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Please yell louder.
Please keep Jon Favreau, or as we'll call him, Joe Favreau.
Joe Favreau is very well. Well
that's a joke, of course, but it looks like it's a movie where Alex Vaughn plays a chef.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's called Brunt.
It's called Brunt.
And it's about that guy. And also Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, where they show everything that you just imagined in the other movies, which takes away all of the suspense and scares 100%, and it's going to ruin the whole thing. There's Gem and the Holograms.
Yeah, Gem and the Holograms. Yeah.
I watched the trailer for that. It was truly, truly outrageous.
Is that a good outrageous? A bad outrageous?
It's a bad outrageous, but also it's not for me. So
what is The Last Witch Hunter?
With
Vin Diesel?
With Vin Diesel, yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on that except for the fact that it exists. And that's all I've seen. So, I mean, and October 30th has pretty much nothing else coming out. This Sandy Bullock movie, and that's about it. November 6th. Nothing. Yes. Okay, November 13th.
Will. It has, November 6th is a huge movie in it.
Yes, it does.
Peanuts movie.
The Peanuts movie, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which, if you see the trailer for the Peanuts movie, of course, it's based off of the comic strip. And I guess cartoons? Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah, the cartoon series, yeah, where they put a bunch of kids in a sound booth.
They do a pretty good job. I did not know that until like this week. Mm-hmm. It's kids doing that. But the movie, it's CGI because you can't just do a straight up and down animated movie anymore.
No.
For better or for worse. But they do a pretty good job of making it look right, given the situation.
Yeah, they look like the characters that were drawn in the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the next James Bond movie.
And then there's the next James Bond movie. Okay, moving on. So
I've talked about that a lot. It's going to be great. Watch it a lot. I'll watch it.
If you're into beer at all, I suggest you switch your brand to Heineken, because the Heineken bottles they have for Spectre are sweet.
What are they?
Actually, they're not that sweet. It's just the Heineken. It's just the Heineken bottle, but James is on it. He's like silhouettes on there.
Okay, that's cool.
But it looks pretty cool. November 13th, By the Sea with Brad Pitt and Angelina. Oh, okay. I guess I got to research on that. There's a third Ring movie coming out. So if you're a big fan of the Rings trilogy, not that one, the other one, with based on the Japanese horror movie Ringu, then check that out.
I thought they remade that with Rango.
With Rango.
Rango and Ringu. I love how they're going with the Aliens sequel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ring 2, Rings. Yeah. Good job, Rings. November 20th, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, the end of the quadrilogy of Hunger Games movie. Matt, you're again very material with the source familiar.
I am very...
You weren't stoked on the way Mockingjay ended.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like I think I saw the Mockingjay Part 1, I believe I saw after fact, and that was okay. Mockingjay, the end of the book is bad, so I'll be interested to see how they make it into a good movie.
I hope it's good.
I hope so too. I'm not optimistic.
I want it to be good. I liked where they cut it off between Part 1 and Part 2. Kept it pretty suspenseful.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job with that.
I thought they're okay.
Yeah.
And there you go. And then apparently Legend comes out that weekend too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that can't be right. No, it's going to come out. Maybe that's another limited release. Anyway, irregardless, a week after The Good Dinosaur is another Pixar flick.
Well, this is the Wednesday. This is the Thanksgiving movies.
Oh, these are the Thanksgiving movies. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay.
For all our American listeners. So The Good Dinosaur is out. It's another Pixar movie, and apparently looks like it gets all the feels. So check that out if you like those sort of things. The night before, Seth Rogen's Christmas movie looks pretty funny. It's him and Walk's own Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it's got Anthony Mackie from Captain Soldier: The Winter America. What is wrong?
I'm loving. We should do a podcast where it's just you,
right? Just me,
kind of talking the whole time,
just screwing things up. Also, we got Creed, which is the movie following Scott Stapp and his band.
I was going to say it's about the Apostles' Creed. So if you want to know about the Christian faith. The movie's about 30 seconds.
It is 30 seconds long, and they changed it. They changed it a couple years ago, but it's all good. Yeah. Also, Victor Frankenstein, which is Max Landis's Frankenstein movie with James McAvoy and Dan Radcliffe.
Will, do you like Max Landis?
I do, and I get why if people don't, but I think he's.
That's why I asked that question.
He's an excitable. I think you don't. I think you don't.
I don't love it. I'm sure Victor Frankenstein. I think he's good. I'm not interested in him as a person. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's a very excitable young man. He's a very excitable young man. Also, he worked with my buddy Michael Eklund on Mr. Right. I saw pictures.
Oh,
of them.
I saw that. That kind of. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I saw pictures of them together at TIFF, and I was very excited.
That's cool.
There you go. Right.
I'm like, I don't like him as a person, but if he's with somebody I kind of know, that's cool.
If he's with somebody from Saskatoon, then he's all good.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Also, I Saw the Light, which is the Hank Williams biopic. That's debuting at VIFF.
That's with Tommy Hids too, right?
With TH, yep.
That's interesting casting.
Tommy Hids. And apparently also out that weekend is The Danish Girl with Eddie Redmayne after another Oscar.
Like could not be more after another Oscar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
horror. The one thing I wanted to say about Victor Frankenstein is that its release is very odd. It should have came out before,
the month before.
But yeah, I would say right. Looks like it comes out a month too late. Whatevs. Now we're into December. We got Macbeth with Michael Fassbender. So yeah. Steve Jobs and Macbeth in the same year. And
That's pretty
we
cool.
don't record this in a theater because I wouldn't be allowed to say it in a theater. I can't say Macbeth. I have to say the Scottish play. Also, Matt, you're an Adam Scott fan, right? You listen to his podcast. You like his work?
I do. He doesn't really have a podcast.
I thought
he's in podcasts.
Oh, I thought you were talking...
so sorry. Yeah. You talking you two to me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. One of the best podcast titles I've ever heard.
Yeah.
He's in this movie called Krampus, which looks...
Oh, is he in that?
Yeah, he's the lead of Krampus.
Oh my
the trailer looks awesome. This is a horror movie about Christmas where Santa's shadow, Krampus, comes after everybody. Then we have The Heart of the Sea, which is Ron Howard's movie about a
That's the next
whale.
week.
That's the next week, yeah. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. What the heck? Wait, what's the one with the guys who go on a boat?
Perfect Storm?
No, it looks like The Perfect Storm, but it's not. That might be The Heart of the Sea, but also
is that the one with it's got
help me out,
Chris
please.
Pine in it?
Oh, yes, thank you so much. Yes.
But it's not that movie, right?
No, it's not that movie. It's another movie where they go to the ocean.
I saw a trailer for that, and I was kind of like, what is it? I've never heard of this.
Well, yeah, that's what trailers are for.
It's true.
It's called The Finest Hours. That's what it's called. The Finest Hours. It's another boat movie. Oh, it's coming out at the end of January. Uh-oh. Okay. That's not a good release date, but whatever.
I'm sure
okay.
It's great.
So, The Heart of the Sea and The Finest Hours are two movies about guys who go to the ocean, and they're put up against all the fun things you find in the ocean, including fish.
Mostly water, though.
And mostly water, yeah. And salt. Yeah. Don't drink it. Well, water everywhere, so let's all have a drink. Legend is out that weekend, too, apparently. Wow,
yeah.
Legend's coming out a whole bunch.
Yeah, I think Legend just came out here, too.
Just got released, yeah. I've watched it 7 times. Yeah. The week after, December 18th, nothing much coming out there. Sisters comes out, yeah.
What movie? What is that?
It's about Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Oh, no. Why? Why do they do that?
John Cena's in that, too.
That seems like a bad choice, but maybe not.
To release it then?
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I guess.
I thought it was coming out next summer. I thought it was coming out like a long way away.
That would make sense to me. And then there's Star Wars.
And then there's Star Wars. Then on Christmas Day, Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight comes out. Looks good. David O. Russell's Joy with his favorite actresses in the whole wide world, Jennifer Lawrence and Alex's Bradley Cooper.
David O. Russell, please stop it. I'm tired of those people. Stop making a movie with them. Do something else.
Yeah, he's got to. We'll see. Hopefully it's good. But
Matt Vaughn to David O. Russell. Knock it off.
Knock it off, David.
Oh, Will, we missed Alvin and the Chipmunks to the road trip.
Oh, I was going to end with that.
Damn it.
That's
what comes out 2 days earlier? That's why I say that.
We're bearing the lead in a whole lot of stuff this week. That's fine.
Oh man.
So Joy with Jennifer Lawrence, who she falls in love with a shovel or something. I don't know what it does.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Will Smith's NFL drama Concussion that the NFL highly censored apparently is coming out. So
brilliantly titled
Concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I'm trying to think. My favorite James Cameron movie is his 1997 movie Boat. Boat sinking.
Boat sinking. Well, it's like, the Steve Jobs movie they have coming out with Michael Fassbender. Like, you could have called it something else. You could have called it, like, The Architect of Intellect. Fear. Oh, The Architect of Intellect. That would have been good. The Architect of Fear. Oh, my goodness.
That's a Star Trek movie.
Oh, it is.
Star Trek TV show.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Nerd alert. There's the Point Break remake coming out, which looks terrible. Looks terrible. There's also The Revenant coming out, which is the Inarritu movie with Leo DiCaprio, which I think was also shot in one big take. I think he's doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah, great.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about it. I don't really know anything about it.
The trailer looks very good. It looks
but it's direct. It's cinematographer is Emmanuel Lubezki, who's really good.
Yeah, right. And then finally, to end the year, a banner year at the box office. I think we can all agree that the biggest release is coming on Christmas Day, and Matt already gave it away. But it's Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, where in the trailer they sing "Uptown Monk, Gonna Give It to You."
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Don't believe him, just watch. And Matt, I think the big question on everybody's mind is: will the Chipmunks finally make number one?
What?
Will they make number one? They've been number two.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, exactly.
We've discussed on this very show that the Chipmunks have not breached the number one spot ever.
There is a very high possibility that they will come in second again.
There's a possibility they'll come in like 20th, but
yeah, but it's also a good chance that it'll outperform on Christmas because it's a kids movie, but not better than.
That's true.
Oh, that is so funny. I really hope it only comes in second.
I hope it comes out. I hope it beats Star Wars in the box office. I hope it beats it overall for the year. I think it's got a possibility of doing that.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
If you believe in yourself.
That's right. If you believe in chipmunks. So, gosh, that's every single movie coming out for the rest of the year. So,
yeah, more or less.
Check out. I'd go with less. So check out the movie theaters and enjoy yourself. Hey, there's also new TV shows out. TV exists still.
Will, you saw some. Tell me about them.
I watched a couple pilots. Well, one of them I watched because my Men with Brooms buddy Brendan Gull is a writer on it. It's called Blind Spot. Debuted on NBC recently. About a lady who's found in a bag in Times Square, and they shut down Times Square to do these shots. So very expensive. But the lady found in a bag at Times Square, and she's covered in tattoos and has no idea about anything. And then about midway through the episode, they find out that she has a tattoo from the Navy SEALs. And they're like, "Oh, the Navy SEALs never had a woman, did they?" And they're like, "Well, unless she was Special Forces." And in this moment, she's also confronting some people, and they're kind of intercutting in between. And I'm like, "Oh, she's going to go full Jason Bourne on them, isn't she?" And sure enough, she does. So covered in tattoos, and she has a very particular set of skills that she didn't know she had. So she goes around stopping people. She has a bunch of clues tattooed on her, like stuff that's going to happen next. Like she has the name of a FBI agent tattooed on her back, and she has the number of a certain file tattooed on her, and nobody knows who or why or whatever. So all the mystery will reveal itself as it goes along. But I thought it was a pretty cool show. And Jamie Alexander from Thor and Thor Dark World does a pretty good job. She's got very green eyes, too. So if you're looking for a show with somebody with very green eyes, definitely check that out.
Yeah, definitely. Will, you mentioned Taken really quickly there. Mm-hmm. Just rewatched Finding Nemo recently, and in that, Marlin says that Nemo was taken. And the whole thing was like, he was taken. Nemo listened very carefully.
All right, house girls. Pretty sure I'm in Wallaby, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. I don't know who you are. No. The other pilot I saw was for Minority Report, based on the PKD novel, also based off the SS movie with TC. If you could follow any of that.
And CF.
And CF, that's right. So, yeah, it was a pilot. I'm pretty sure they shot the pilot in Toronto because I'm pretty sure they have Yonge and Dundas Square at the beginning of it. But they shoot the show here now, and it's pretty cool. I mean, the idea is that the precogs, like the whole pre-crime unit has been shut down. The precogs got sent off to a cabin, and this happens at the end of the movie. So, spoiler alert for a 13-year-old movie and a probably even older book. So the precogs get sent out to a cabin in the woods, and one of them comes back into civilization, and he keeps having these visions, and he finds a police officer, and they end up teaming up together to solve crimes, which is exactly what I thought the show would be. It'd be like, hey, this is going to happen. All right, we got to stop it before it happens. It's a good idea for a show. Every week, you have a different crime. People love crime shows. People love crimes and shows, and love crime shows. So there you go. You got Minority Report. It was better than I expected. Both shows were actually a little better than I expected.
Well, that's good.
Yes, that's good, right? So check them out. And Minority Report, depending on if I'm casting it or not, is going to my opinion will vary. It looks pretty good right now. If I'm in it, best show of the year by far.
Easily
the best show of the year by far. Also, Lifetime's Ungodly Acts just aired a week or two ago. I think it was last week. So if you didn't hear me talk about it, I didn't know it was coming out. So
what was that?
Ungodly Acts is the one based on the.
The one that's like there's a cult involved.
Yes, Lucy based.
You're a cop in it, right?
On the cult, detective. Yes.
Yes.
That's all right.
All right, detective.
That's all right.
I thought that looked good. I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can just watch that online right now.
Check out the IMDb message boards also, because somebody's subject line for their message is LOL. So check out that for sure. Check out that for sure.
Also, you have to play somebody whose name is Todd with one D? That's lame.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, is that Todd or Toad? We had so many jokes about that on set.
I love you introduced just, hi, I'm Detective Toad Miller. They're like, hey, I think we don't need you anymore, Will.
Hello, I'm Detective Toad. Also, the 28th. Oh, okay. Also, my episode of Ties That Bind airs on October 7th. So if you're in the States and you have the Up Network, definitely check that out. So there you go. There's stuff happening. Yeah, man. I think we did a pretty good little preview there.
Oh boy, do we ever?
I'll tell you what. So yeah.
You guys now you know what's going on this Christmas. I mean, not even Christmas, fall. You know the whole thing.
Now you know what's going on fall. It's basically a countdown to Chipmunk's road trip.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uptown Monk gonna give it to you.
Don't believe it? Just watch those movies.
Just watch those films. Coming soon. Thanks for listening this week, folks. We're on Twitter.
Yep.
Each of us individually on Twitter. I'm at William C. Vaughn.
I'm at MP Vaughn. Yeah, certainly.
Alex is at Evonics. EVAUGHANICS. Also, check out his European exploits at alexanderjvaughn.wordpress.com. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
I sound very sure of it.
Let's real quick here. I'm pulling it up. I'm pressing it down. And it looks like most recently posted yesterday. Oh, wait, Friday.
I know. We all know what you meant, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously. So, yes, please check out the Vancouver International Film Festival for Edward. I will reiterate that it is the thing I have done of which I am the most proud.
You were going to say most bestest, though, right?
Most bestest thingest, Everest. Oh, Everest. Oh, we didn't
Everest.
talk about Everest.
Well, it came out last week.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There you go. I like the idea of Everest. Is like, yes, it's very, very dangerous up there. Something can go wrong. Hey, something goes wrong. It's like, no kidding, guys.
Yeah, shocker.
No, it's like, sorry. Like, respectfully, no kidding. So please check out Edward this Friday, October 2nd. Tinseltown Theater, 1:30 p.m. If you got a day job like most normal people do, Matt, you have a day job, right?
I do have a day job.
Oh, good for you. Then Monday night, October 5th, 8:45 p.m. So you have 2 opportunities to go check it out.
Opportunities.
And then after that, it'll be at the Van City Theater for a week. So you only have those 2 opportunities and then a whole week after.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so make sure you check that out. So watch all the stuff I'm in. Listen to this podcast every week a couple times because there might be something you missed. Mm-hmm. Please subscribe to this. Like our YouTube channel. We don't have one, but we'll get one eventually, sure. And thank you very much for listening this week. Next week we'll come at you with some more stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, some more stuff. Yeah, you're right, Matt. Like, I don't know what else to add to that. It's just going to be more stuff.
It's going to be a lot more stuff.
Yeah, we're going to be the More Stuff podcast.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Peace out. And...
yeah.